Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. This is our morning get together here on Facebook, where we connect with the latest headlines from our city, our state, and our country. We connect with your comments, your ideas, and your suggestions on how to have a most amazing life here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English speaking locals. And here we go again. It's Tuesday, May 12th, and it is a pleasure to get together with you. And it is fun to welcome all of those friends that join us live for the first time. If that is your case, all you have to do is write the word new in your comment, and we will be so very happy to give you a nice little welcome. If you write old or not so new, we will laugh with you. Some people have gotten into the habit of doing that. And of course, if you're joining us on YouTube, we don't have live commenting on YouTube, but we still love you very much, and we are grateful for the fact that you give our videos a thumbs up and you subscribe to our channel, where you can find not only our daily broadcasts, but also all the walking tours that we do and the walk-arounds and interviews. You can find those on different playlists on YouTube, so you can enjoy them whenever you want. Today, we have a nice selection, an interesting selection of news. Some of them have to do with cannabis reform. Others have to do with our President Lopez Obrador, who's doing interesting things. New airline that is flying from Canada, and a couple of events that are going on in town that you may want to know about. So if this fits your bill, grab your favorite beverage. For me, it's iced coffee now and for the remainder of the summer, and stick around while we take a look at our news. Then, as always, we will take a look at our current weather, and then we will be so happy to take a look at your comments and suggestions. So let's get started. And yes, Mexico's Supreme Court has taken yet another small step towards the legalization of marijuana consumption for personal use by declaring it unconstitutional to penalize possession of more than 5 grams of cannabis when the person involved can demonstrate that it is destined for personal consumption. How exactly does one demonstrate this when you're out on the go? I have no idea. So let's just look at this for a second. You're out and about, you're sitting at Plaza Lázaro Cárdenas, and you get busted, not because you're consuming, but because you have it on you, and you say, well, it's for personal use. How on earth does one go about demonstrating that on the spot? I have no idea, but I don't mean to digress. This latest decision stems from the fact that back in 2018, an individual was apprehended and convicted in Mexico City for carrying 30 grams of marijuana But at the time, this person sued the government, and the issue, which had been in litigation, made it all the way up to the Supreme Court. So, does this change anything for those of us that consume marijuana for personal use? Probably not. But we are living in a strange world, or a strange and interesting time, where everywhere you look, at least here in town, there is an increasing amount of products being manufactured or promoted or sold that contain CBD or THC, and nobody is saying anything about that. Just yesterday, we were promoting a THC infused beer that one can get locally. So I don't particularly understand how these issues change things, but hopefully we will be heading in towards legalization of marijuana sometime in the near future. The Supreme Court has been going at it for quite a few years now, and they don't seem to make up their mind. Moving right along into other news, Jalisco's 8th sanitary region, which is the one where we are a part of, Puerto Vallarta is a part of, is announcing a massive health fair to take place this coming Monday, May 16, at La Lija, in which a series of procedures and consults will be offered for free. The fair will take place from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So if you know of anyone in need of any of the following, kindly spread the word. It says here that they are going to offer general medical consults, dental consults, eye doctor consults, nutritional consults. You can get a vasectomy if you need one. There's going to be a series of clinical labs. There's going to be a workshop on the clean handling of food, vaccinations, Papa Nicolau, and sterilization of cats and dogs, neutering, I'm sorry, of cats and dogs. There's going to be anti-rabies vaccination, all kinds of procedures. So if you know of anyone that needs any of these procedures done, they're going to be done for free this coming Monday at La Lija from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. The 9th Summit of the Americas, organized by the United States Department of State, is scheduled to take place next month. And it has developed an interesting turn of events thanks to a statement made by Mexico. You see, apparently, Brian Nichols, who serves as U.S. Undersecretary for Latin America and the Caribbean, informed back on May 2nd that Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua would not be invited to the event due to the fact that they are not democratic nations, and I quote. Meanwhile, Mexico's President Andrés Manuel López Obrador has just returned from a very successful Central American tour that included a stop in Cuba, and he has stated that he will not attend the Summit of the Americas if any countries do not receive an invitation. Then President of Bolivia, Luis Arce, decided to follow suit and make a similar announcement. And now other Latin American countries are making similar statements. Meanwhile, Jen Psaki was questioned about this fact in a recent press conference from the White House, and she has stated, when she was questioned about it, that the invitations have yet to be sent out. So we do expect this plot to thicken in the next couple of weeks. What is the implication of not attending such an important summit? I don't know, but it is sure interesting to see this development, and we will keep an eye on this just in case it affects us in any way. Moving right along to other news, if you are in Canada and are thinking of coming back to Puerto Vallarta, Canada's Flair Airlines has announced the opening of a new flight to Puerto Vallarta starting this fall, the first week of November to be precise. One flight will originate in Edmonton and another one will originate in Vancouver. As we know, airlines frequently offer great promotions when launching new flights, so you may want to have a look at the airline's website in case you are in need of flying back to Puerto Vallarta during the first week of November or beyond. Now, let's take a quick look at the weather forecast for the rest of the work week and Saturday. It's fracking sunny. Are you happy now? Says our snarky weatherman today. It is 28 degrees. It feels like 30, and humidity is high at 61%. And our temperature in Fahrenheit for Fahrenheit devotees at present time is 82 degrees. Our weather forecast for today says it's going to be a humid and partly cloudy day with a high of 32 and a low of 22. And then tomorrow, Friday, we can expect a humid and partly cloudy day with a high of 31 and a low of 21. Saturday, another partly cloudy day with a high of 31 and a low of 20. It's getting warmer. I can tell you that, and I'm sure you can feel that. Moving right along, with the warm weather comes the appearance of scorpions. This is common in the state of Jalisco, and it certainly happens here in Puerto Vallarta, particularly if you live close to the woods. Now, there is an urban myth, according to this post from the Secretary of Health for our state, that the size of the scorpion and its color determines whether you need or don't need medical attention should you be bitten by a scorpion. And this, according to this post, is a myth. Every scorpion bite is toxic, and in all cases, it is best to obtain medical attention, to receive medical attention should this happen to you. Scorpion bites can be not very toxic, but if you happen to be under 5 years of age, over 65, or suffer from chronic diseases or are pregnant, this could be a fatal situation. So you may want to keep this in mind should you be unfortunate enough to be bitten by a scorpion bite. Bitten by a scorpion, not a scorpion bite. I need more iced coffee this morning. So yesterday afternoon, we saw a few funny videos circulating about a man who was given a false Mexican bill. I believe it was a 50 peso bill that featured the face of none other than the late Mexican singer Juan Gabriel. But I actually found a post that is funnier than that. Apparently, this girl decided to do her homework by chopping down Mexican bills featuring different Mexican heroes. In this particular photo, or apparently it was a TikTok video, she can be seen chopping down the face of Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz out of a 200 peso bill. So talk about an expensive homework assignment. Okay, so that was funnier when I was looking at it. I suppose it's not so funny anymore. I just don't think you will see me chopping Mexican currency for decoupage or homework or anything up to that effect anytime soon. Now, I want to show you some beautiful paintings, and these paintings were created by a local artist that specializes in these gorgeous images of Native American women. If you have ever been to the River Cafe restaurant, you have seen these enormous portraits. And these enormous portraits are created by none other than local visual artist Marta Gilbert. She is renowned for her beautiful large-scale paintings of Native American women and a few Native American men. As a matter of fact, I know that because I happen to be the proud owner of one of such paintings of a Native American man. Well, Marta Gilbert is now the beneficiary of an exhibition and a benefit that is going to take place this coming Saturday, May 14th, at the Arte Vallarta Museum. As I gather, Marta is not well as far as her health is concerned. So I can imagine that attending this very special event will benefit her. I can assume that this has something to do with her health. So if you want to support Marta and you want to attend this special event, it'll take place this Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. The access fee is 500 pesos. If you buy the ticket online, 600 pesos at the door. Two drinks and Greek delicacies by Eclecticos restaurants are included. And we wish Marta a speedy recovery, of course. Moving right along, I heard through the grapevines, and now I can confirm through this post that the Olas Altas Farmers Market is closing down shop on this coming Saturday. May 14 will be the last instance this season of the Olas Altas Farmers Market. So if you enjoy going to this particular market, this is the last Saturday you can do so. Personally, I don't understand the finances of the market such that people would choose to shut down because, I mean, there are many of us English-speaking locals and many people that I'm sure would enjoy the market to extend its operating hours. But again, we're not there. We don't understand the logistics of this. And we certainly hope that in years to come, the market will extend their operation. I did decide to go and look at the other farmers markets and to see what's going on. And of course, we know that La Versalles, or the Colonia Versalles, has started its own farmers market, which was or is happening every other Friday. And the last post that I see from them was from May 4th. Tomorrow is Friday, and I don't see any indication that the market is going to meet is going to meet tomorrow. And then, of course, I went looking at the Marina Art and Market Facebook page. Their Facebook page states that they're meeting every Thursday evening from October to May. So I am going to assume that this market is still going on. But of course, these specialty markets decide to close shop as the summer sets in. We recently featured a walking tour of the Libramiento Tianguis, which of course takes place year around, should you wish to get your farmers market kicks in a more Mexican way. And this brings us to your comments. Let's see what you friends are up to today, aside from your beautiful good mornings. I saw this from Karen early on. I'm sorry to hear about the trees down at your house, but how nice to get a rainstorm. At least it would be nice to get one here. I hope you didn't suffer any damage. Let's see what else we have. Linda says it's a good morning from Utah, where it's a balmy 38 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, I could use some of that balm down here in Puerto Vallarta, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. Betsy Ann has been singing Suddenly Seymour all week. I love it. I get a kick out of that. We recently featured a video that made me smile quite a bit. One of the, the NPR live performances of the current revival of Little Shop of Horrors, which is going through their 40-year anniversary. Let's see what else. I suppose if someone has a doctor's prescription for a medical condition, that's one way to justify having it on their person. I get that, Mateo, but here the issue is using marijuana for recreational and personal use, which I think would be a different category than having a doctor's order. But again, I'm in the dark because I don't understand the legal language involved. Let's see what else we have. Thank you, Raymond. Pesos converted to pesos. I love it. We needed a Raymond pun. A Raymond pun. Thank you very much for that. Kresha says, my family comes in June and we miss visiting the market. I can certainly relate to that, Kresha, but hey, consider bringing your family to the Tianguis at the Libramiento. That way, your family will have a truly Mexican experience. Um, and this brings us to the end of your comments. Does anybody have any comments or questions about the markets or about cannabis use? I would love to address any questions you have during the next couple of minutes. Otherwise, we will keep this broadcast a little short and a little sweet. And and I'm also wondering what your plans for the weekend are. As I mentioned yesterday, we have to walk into town at some point. So we will be doing some walking. In fact, I may go into the farmer's market in town just to see it leaving. And I don't know if there's any comment about the other market that takes place at Isla Rio Cuale. I don't know if it's still meeting. In fact, I'm going to take advantage of the fact that our favorite baker is here. Raymond, if you can give us any information about the market that takes place on the Rio Cuale, it would be very appreciated. Um, has La Cruz Market? Whoa, that looks like a name of a disease. I suppose Maria is trying to say, has La Cruz Market closed down? I don't know because it's in La Cruz and not here in Puerto Vallarta. But I'm sure that checking their Facebook page would provide a good answer to that question. David is counting days, 89 more days until you get back. David, that'll be great to see you again once you're back here. Thank you very much, Raymond. I was looking for that confirmation. It says here that 3 hens in a rooster market is over for the season. Kate asks, missed the first 10 minutes. What is the news about cannabis? I love it. There's a rewind button somewhere to be invented. Michael has a comment. I would think that any doctor's note for smoking joints would have to be from a Mexican doctor to be valid. And where would you even get a doctor here to get that? That's a great question, Michael. I have no idea. I remain grateful that my consumption is so small that, and it's so personal. I only consume here at home or in the homes of my very dear friends. So I'm not going to worry too much about this issue. As neither should you, unless you're out and about partying, which is probably not a good idea, but I don't mean to digress. Thank you very much for joining us in this Thursday edition of Coffee and Headlines. I hope you are staying as cool and as refreshed as possible given the increase in heat and humidity. We will be back here tomorrow with more news and more interesting comments from you folks. As always, stay kind, stay happy, stay connected, stay in touch, and have a great Thursday.